So tonight, Jimmy Kimmel comes back on the air. Some places. I live in the Washington area, which means I have a Sinclair station for ABC, and they said they're not going to put Jimmy on. They're going to have a local news show. And good for you guys. I'm not going to watch it, and I urge people to not watch Sinclair's news program. I don't think I have to worry about that. I think they're probably just not going to watch it anyway, because there's always something better on, unless except maybe on the nights where those shows are live. But yeah, on Friday, yeah, but I'm not going to watch Sinclair. I'll watch somebody else. Just not. I'm not watching any Sinclair news. I mean, they're already biased. They always seem to go after. They do these investigative reports, and they always seem to go after women of color who have elected office. It's amazing. So I mean, they went after Alsa Brooks for piddly stuff. They're just there's this one guy in the Washington area just obnoxious, and I'm not going to watch him, and I don't have to now because sometimes you turn on. You turn on the, if you're going to watch the ABC News, you turn on the local station, and you suffer through the local news broadcast, and it's really suffering if it's Channel 7. Some parts of it are great, but there's also a bit of opinion in their editorial page that affects some of the news stories. They've got the National Desk, which is as biased as Fox News, except it's not sarcastic. They play it straight, but it's just it's propaganda. It definitely has a bent to it. So, yeah. So, sorry, David Muir. I like your stuff, but I don't like the commercials at the end, the bottom half of the show. So it's like, yeah, okay. I don't have to sit through the commercials. I'll just watch CBS. CBS has, less, they don't stack their commercials till the end, which I guess if you want to go make dinner, have a cocktail, or do whatever, you can program the fact that you're not going to really watch the last 20 minutes, the last 10 minutes of ABC News at night. But, I'll watch the first 20 minutes of CBS, and, they start putting in stories. They have more stories that are more feel-good stories on CBS. Generally turn those off too. I've got dinner to make, or lunch to make, or breakfast to make, depends on what I was doing the night before and during the day. But the point is, ABC News is going to take a hit, and they were the most they were number one. David Muir was number one. He's not going to be number one anymore, at least in Sinclair stations, and the other whatever thing is the minor player. Yeah, if I'm boycotting local news, I'm not going to watch the national news either. I might occasionally, but yeah, or I'll just wait till in Washington till 7 o'clock. Keep it a half hour to myself for some nights, and just watch from 7 to 7:30, and then watch the local news 7:30 to 8 in Washington on NBC. So on some nights it gets you right to the football game. So yeah, but I'm boycotting, Sinclair News, not just at 11:30, but at 4 if in the morning, the political cover, the morning news before 7 o'clock, before GMA, any noon news they have, the 4:30, 4 o'clock local news till 6:30. It goes from 4. They go from 4 to 6:30. Boycotting now. I mean, 7 had the best signal. But 4's is equally good, and I think 4's got a little more integrity anyway, and definitely more than Sinclair. So, I've got to suffer through another half hour of local news if I do NBC, but it's at least good local news. But yeah, going after Kimmel, they've lost all credibility because they were going after him before and wanted Trump to go after him. So it's like, okay. And Kimmel didn't. Kimmel basically said that the person, wrongly by the way, he was mistaken, that the person who shot, I don't even remember his name now, the assassin of Charlie Kirk, they said, well, he's probably one of the right wingers. He wasn't. It offended right wingers because the intimation was that the crazy right wingers are the ones who shoot people, and in that case, no, the guy was a leftist, or become a leftist. So yeah, Kimmel was wrong. He was not a right winger. He did not give to the Republican Party. He had a boyfriend who was trans, actually. So, yeah, he was hardly a Republican. But that was something offensive, not to the memory of Charlie Kirk, but to the character of the conservative movement. I think probably it's because of the Jimmy made his error, and he was assuming that that the guy was a gun nut, and he may have been. I mean, but he was he definitely was a woke ideologue, shall we say, and that's not why he killed him. So yeah, it probably was. Kimmel was right about the guns, because mass shooters, they love their guns, and I think that's what he was getting at, and I think that got lost in the noise. Jimmy could have, explained himself better, saying he's another right wing gun toter, rather than saying he was MAGA, because the guy wasn't MAGA, And Jimmy said something before that was wrong about him being in MAGA. He was an NRA guy. Although the irony of when the shots were fired, having to do with something about Second Amendment. I mean, it's doesn't make any sense that. Yeah, that. I mean, the timing. I don't know if the timing was deliberate or not, but it was odd. Because usually people who are against guns don't assassinate somebody when they're talking about gun rights. It's just that's just one of those bizarre things. You can't make this shit up. If you wrote it, it would never get past the editing room. It's like, you did what? So, but yeah, the long and the short of it is that Sinclair News, no. Never again. Now, here's the one more thing. Because I've canceled my Disney subscription, and I'm not necessarily going to put it right back. Except if they put Kimmel on streaming every night on Disney. If they stream Kimmel every night live, or hey, even ahead of time, give them an early, do it as they're being taped. Make it really live. Give us a bonus. But at least, if they stream the entire show, because, I never watch it anyway. I take it off of, I take it off of YouTube. The monologue every night. I watch all the monologues. A lot of people do that, I would think. So, yeah, I can, if YouTube, you can pick and choose what segments you want to watch. So it would be nice, because of the situation with Sinclair, if they were to say, okay, we're gonna listen to our subscribers and put Kimmel on as a streaming show on Disney. I'd be on it every night. some of it anyway. Because why not? And you know, and Peacock should put on the NBC lineup, and Paramount should put on the CBS lineup. You stream it all. And if you keep it off YouTube, you know, I'll even you know, put Matt on Peacock. Yeah. A lot of what I watch YouTube for is to look at the monologues. That's just me. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So yeah, imagine there's no YouTube, but I still watch some YouTube. But yeah, stream those monologues or stream the entire shows, and I will watch them. So just a word to the wise. That's what, you know, is if you stream, at least Paramount's, you know, and Peacock have the right idea on putting a lot of stuff on the air. Not so much ABC, and ABC could put a lot more of their content on Disney. If they do that, I'll turn Disney back on. Right now, it's like, you know, there's 3 or 4 shows in the Star Wars and Marvel universes, you know, I grab and you know, and binge watch, and then I don't watch Disney for, like, you know, weeks at a time. Put Kimmel on every night. I'll turn it on every night. Just saying. If you want eyeballs, you know, make it ABC Plus as well as Disney Plus. Just saying. So we'll see what the world does.